Hey there viewers, it's Charlie. I'm back again with another Transformers review. And today's review is going to be on Titans Return Cup. Yep, Titans Return. We're going that far back today. But well, I actually did a full-on video unboxing this guy recently. So if you want to watch that, then, well, link is in the description if you want to watch that. But well, Titans Return was kind of a cool toy line because pretty much it fully brought back the Headmaster gimmick. Like, of course, we had the little guys that became heads. And this still a Headmaster or Titan Master is still being used to this very day. And occasionally a mold is reused. Like, we're getting Carnivac from Weird Wolf, so I'll go on full record and saying that Titans Return never fully died, because we are still getting Titan Masters, and occasionally a mold is reused, such as Topspin and Diaclone colors. So this line is technically still ongoing. So, anyway, let's look at the box. And of course, this is around the time the Deluxes came on card backs. Yeah, they didn't switch to cardboard boxes until, like, Studio Series and Siege. For, like, what? God knows how long Deluxes came on these card backs, making them kind of hard to open. Like, even so, when I was unboxing this guy, it was kind of a struggle. But anyway, so of course, we've got a picture of Cup in his vehicle mode with his Titan Master Flintlock. Here we just have a picture of Cup with his head coming off as per the Titan Master gimmick. Titans Return, Deluxe Class. Of course, we've got a picture of Cup. This side, not really anything, but the back. Of course, we have him in both modes. Shows the Titan Master. A description of what Flintlock does when attached to Cup. So, he can shoot out metal melting acid. Try saying that 5 times fast. So, yeah. And something that we don't get nowadays, a cross-sell. Pretty much just telling kids that, oh yeah, you can buy these as well. So we have our Pugness, TRDQ's mascot. Topspin, which I do have, and I love that figure. Broadside, which I think we could definitely do an update. And Sky Shadow, which I do really want to get. Him or I nearly called him Overlord. But I do kind of want to get this figure. Maybe do reissue him, I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the box. But Titans Return also has something that figures don't have nowadays, which is a card. So yeah, figures back then used to have cards. I mean, okay. Like back in Combiner Wars, they also had comic books, which cool. But yeah, this is a pretty cool looking card. Pretty much just has the full on artwork in. Honestly, if figures nowadays had cards, like if we had like Legacy come with cards that had the artwork, I would definitely full on collect these because I love the artwork. But anyway, just taking this around, and I always tend to run it the wrong way. We pretty much see the stats, and it pretty much improves when Flintlock attaches onto him. So, yeah. So let's actually move on to the figure now. So this is Cup, how he appeared in Titans Return. Because I want to say maybe halfway, maybe slightly before halfway, they ran out of Headmaster characters and just thought, screw it, let's just make anyone a Headmaster. But anyway, of course we've got the standard pickup truck mode, and honestly, I really like how this looks. I mean, if we put this next to the Studio Series, which I will do later, I kind of prefer how this looks. Like, it's more vibrant. It's got some more colors on it, because we've got different shades of blue and turquoise here. Got the Autobot symbol right here in the canopy. Got some, I guess, headlights right here. Of course, this can open up, because that's where you put Flintlock or any other Titan Master, because, let's be honest, this line was a customizes Wet Dream. And yeah, that snaps in pretty nicely. Of course, the front wheels, which, yeah, that's a smoky translucent plastic, which looks pretty nice. And it rolls really well. A port added to plug in a gun. The back wheels. So yeah. Got some little stands there to plug in Titan Masters. Port staff and some guns. Hands just right there, but oh well. And underneath, which is pretty clean. So yeah, overall, I love this vehicle mode. And plus, if we take his Titan Master, so here we have Flintlock, if it'll focus on him, then of course we can put him a few different ways. Like we can have him on the back here, just standing, because why not? Although the proper way to put him in is, of course, having him drive. Although he does rattle around in there quite a bit. So you can see him in there. He can rattle around in there quite a bit, so just be careful. But he does look really nice in there, and of course you can swap that out for any other Titan Master. So if you want to customize this into, I don't know, Scorch, maybe, then you can swap it out for a different Titan Master. And of course, we have the two guns. These can plug into the sides here. Or what I like to do, plug these onto the back. So we have that going on. And yeah. Overall, this looks really nice. And in fact, these guns can also do something else. Because in time to 10, not only could these function as guns, but if we just put these together, it can function as a little turret for a Titan Master. So what I'll do is, here we have Brawn, back when he was a little headmaster dude. So we can just sit Brawn in here if you want. And it's like a little portion of their feet for him to go into. There we go. And then we can just plug this onto here. It's kind of like a predecessor. It's pretty much a predecessor to the Siege combat system. Just you can plug in a little like guns here with the huge seats. I just have this guy manned with Titan Masters everywhere, which is really fun. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode. So let's move on to comparing him with the cup that succeeded him. Here we have Studio Series Cup, which, yeah, this is more accurate to how Cup's meant to appear in the show and the film, but I kind of prefer this. I mean, yeah, it's bigger because Deluxe is way bigger back in the day. But I think this is more like IDW inspired, whereas this is actual cartoon inspired. But this is a lot more vibrant. This is a lot like darker and all that crap. Like, I still kind of like this. Like, I love the Orion Pax version, which coincidentally this was also an Orion Pax, but yeah, I kind of prefer this just because the colors are a lot more vibrant. Now, to be fair, this is the Buzz Levy cup, but I'm sure even if you have like the original Studio Series cup, these colors will look better. And even then, this guy's more detailed because he's got tail lights here. This guy, the truck bed's not really that complete. Whereas for this guy, yeah, you see. Now, I don't have Legends Cup, but, well, if I can find, like, a clean picture of the vehicle mode, then here you go. So, nah. That's more accurate to the show as well, but, But well, that's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, so let's get this guy transformed. So, to get this guy transformed, of course, we're just going to take Flintlock out, and I guess this is a good chance to take a quick look at the Flintlock first. So, the Flintlock here are recoil, because I'm pretty sure this is meant to be the Toggle Master partner for this guy. Yeah, standard Titan Master affair. So, not really that much detail. Facing the back. Articulation is not really that much. Like, he's got a border on here at the head. Of course, he can point, he can lift his arm up. And the legs are fused together, so... yeah, there you go. That's pretty much it for Flintlock there. But for this guy's transformation, well, it's actually kind of surprising. Like, comparing it with Studio Series Cup, like, you're going to expect how Studio Series Cup transforms, but with this guy, if you haven't seen the transformation, it's actually kind of surprising. So to start off, I'm just going to take this back section and just move that down out of the way. And I'm just going to split all this. Just untap the wheel sections here. And then all this, I'm just going to fold out to the back. And already, yeah, kind of loose. Probably from age, I don't know, but So we're just going to fold all this around. Then fold up the wheel sections here. And then this truck bed section is just going to fold down and pretty much just form like the front panel here for the leg. Whereas the taillight section just tabs right into here. So we'll do the same here. So fold up the wheels, fold in the panel here, and fold in the taillight section to the wheel. Then flip out the feet, and that's already him standing. And the way that the legs transform is already, like, it's way better than the Studio Series, no contest. So next up, just spin the waist around. Open up the canopy section, push this in, and then just close all this. Coordinate all this down. Take the arms, untap them. With the shoulders down here. Straighten out the fists. And then this is kind of a hard bit. Try and untap the forearm from this little bit that it's in. And it's in there pretty tightly. Because, like, more often than not, I often accidentally get the hand pretty much untapped from its section. But I'll show you what I mean. Yeah, more than not, I accidentally just get the entire hand off by accident. So, this entire section is pretty tricky, because these things are in here really tight. Okay, there we go, doing that off camera. So, I'll just move down the forearms. And we're pretty much nearly there. Of course, he has no head, because, well, we have to bring in Mr. Fred Flintlock here. So we just move his legs down, and now his head. And of course, head on. This is a really tight joint here. And it's not going on. It's not going on for me. So just trying to get this on. Yeah, this was a design flaw with the Titan Masters, I feel. Because sometimes these would be too loose and they became bubble heads. It was Scourge and Squeeze Play. Other times they were too loose, or I think maybe in this one of these tabs is actually a bit too far in, but just break all your fingers by accident and then you got the head in. But this one I'm going to have to do off camera though. Okay, so getting the head on finally. Here we have Cop in robot mode. And honestly, I kind of like how this robot mode looks. I mean, if you like putting it next to the Studio Series figure, which we'll do later, I think I kind of prefer how this guy looks. Keyword being looks, because honestly, this guy does have a couple flaws, but we'll get there soon. But having a 360, yeah, this guy looks pretty good. If anything, like, the really hollow sections that I can see are the forearms and, well, the ass section. But we do have a little port there for a figure stand if you want that, and there you go. But we also have some ports here if you want to plug in the guns if you don't want to use them. So we just plug these on here. So that's our weapon storage there for the robot mode. And of course for the head sculpt, again, I'm pretty sure that's more comic inspired, although he doesn't have the sidecar on him, but I mean, that wouldn't be appropriate for a kid's toy, would it? But still, quite like how that looks. Although, yeah, if you're still a stickler for G1, then there is the Legends figure, but Now, let's get on to the main thing, and this is the first thing I noticed when opening the figure, which you saw in that video. Once again, we have an old man Transformer with rickets. Like, if you remember my review on Studio Series Q, he had one leg which was pretty much messed up. Like, it was really loose. This guy... Now, I'm not sure if this is because of age or what. Because keep in mind, this guy has been in the box for nearly a decade. So I'm not sure if they were like really tight, like what, 8, 9 years ago, or if they were like this back in the day as well. But yeah, that's kind of Now, of course, these are ball joints because back then ball joints were standard. And they still kind of are a Studio Series, but So, of course, you can at least tighten these, but Still kind of a huge flaw for me, though, but Anyway, let's just give him the guns, which, of course, he can hold as a huge gun that can seat a Titan Master. Or if we split this, it can just be 2 guns normally. Although, for whatever ungodly reason, this one is really loose for him to hold for some reason. Like, I have no idea why. Like, this one, he can hold just fine. This one... Okay, I guess he has arthritis as well. So, again, a bit poopy, but, well... Honestly, that kind of has me wondering, is it just his gun, or is it, like, the Titan Master, like, guns as well? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's just that gun, so... I have no idea then. But I guess that does bring us to the next thing, which I'm probably going to dread because trying to get that head on was a huge pain in the ass, but... Titan Master compatibility, because of course, that was the whole thing with Titan's Return, where, of course, not only did he have, like, the huge figures that had the Titan... Like, and not only did you have, like, the huge figures that had the Titan Master partners, but, of course, if you had, like, pocket money, then, well... you could buy these little guys, these little Titan Master guys. So here I've got Skytread and Brawn. These guys didn't have their own bodies. They pretty much just had to come into someone else's body, which kind of morbid when you think about it, but eh. And of course, these guys are also refusing to go in, so so we can have Cup with Braun's head, if you want that. Of course, I'm pretty sure this was done as like an excuse. Like if you lose Flintlock for whatever reason, then you can still sort of have a head. But of course, we can also have it so Decepticons can also take over the body. Now when I actually managed to get on camera. And of course, the colors do not match whatsoever, but still, fun concept. But I don't think anyone displays their Time to 10 figures like this, do they? Unless it's a custom, but so like normal Time to 10 figures, they always display them with the actual head. And I think this is another complaint. Flintlock just refuses to go on. But anyway, let's just move on to the articulation, which might be kind of difficult because this guy's kind of loose, but eh. But anyway, the head can go side to side and kind of look up and down. Just take this gun off. Arms, well, these are on ball joints as well, but he can T-pose. He can move around. Double jointed elbows. Bicep rotation. Hands can pretty much move either way. Well, there's no wrist rotation, unfortunately. Waist can rotate. Can kind of kick forward, although it's loose. You can kick backwards. You can do the split, although that's loose. Swivel there at the thigh, because that's a ball joint. Swivel there at the knee. Of course, 90 degrees there at the knees. And there's no ankle pivot because, well, that wasn't a standard yet. And of course, if you shake them, you can fully fuck them up. So yeah, if you get this guy, I recommend tightening him. Well, I recommend tightening the guy up with like floor polish or something, because Jesus Christ, either this guy has not aged well, or he was like this like years ago, and I hope it's that first one. I hope it's just he's not aged well. So yeah. And I think it's pretty obvious what my gripes are. The looseness, obviously. The fact that he can't hold this gun. And honestly, I just hate the fact that the Titan Master is really hard to plug in. And it was kind of sour my mood on this figure. Like, when I first opened him, I was really liking him. And to an extent, I still kind of do. But as far as a display figure now, as an actual, like, play figure, I prefer this guy when it comes to, like, messing with a figure. Like, if I put these guys together, I mean, yeah, this guy's taller, but like when it comes to these two, display-wise, I prefer how this guy looks, but when it comes to messing with them, I prefer this guy just because he feels more solid, even with his limbs coming off. But yeah. Like, obviously, it's personal preference. Which one do you prefer? Like, of course, we have the Legends Cup, which pretty much, it's this deco on this body. So, it's best of both worlds, honestly. And maybe they fixed the issues on that version, because, you know, it's Takara and all that, but, eh. But honestly, I think I'm starting to prefer this version just because it handles better, but, eh. Time to 10 is still a phenomenal line. Just that I'm not a fan of how loose this guy is. Like this guy still looks amazing, and I still like it. It's just I just don't like how loose it is right now. So yeah, if you get this guy, then make sure that you tighten up the joints. But yeah, do I recommend him? I'm still gonna say yeah, because he's still really cool. He's still fun to transform, and well, the loose joints are annoying. I'm gonna chalk that down to age, because maybe it was like this back in the day, but I'm gonna just go with age has just made it worse. Because keep in mind, this was around like what, 2016, 2017. So I'm just gonna chalk it down to it's just age is all. Like, sure, maybe it was kind of loose back then, but age has just made the joints a lot worse. So I'm just gonna go with yeah. I do recommend it. Just have some floor polish on hand. So yeah. So this has been my review on Time to Return Cup, and this is Charlie Young signing off.